Inside Out, where we are helping you transform soul, body, and image. We're talking happiness today, and it's time for some women empowerment. We've got Elham Madani with us today. She is the founder and owner of the Wind International Film Festival, and she has overcome some pretty major obstacles to now spread her message to the world. So you've lost family, you had to overcome the fact that you're a female, you're from Iran, you had to overcome some major financial obstacles. And I also wanted Eugenia to be here on this segment too, because I don't know if our viewers know this, but Eugenia is actually from a different country as well.
I am. I'm from Portugal.
From Portugal. So
I had to hop over the pond.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, just being a woman from a different country, those are some obstacles. So tell us a little bit more about your story and how you overcame your obstacles to do what you're doing now.
Well, losing my major family parents, I mean, my mother, that was the only person that I really loved out of everybody in a week, and then another and another in a week. So I lost three of my relatives, close relatives in a week.
Week's time, you lost three of your relatives.
And then my home in Iran, it was set on the fire by the gas.
Wow.
And how old were you when all of this was happening?
No, I was not a little kid, but I was just in the first year of my master degree.
Well, sometimes that makes it more difficult.
Very important for me because I was studying in a very expensive...
So in your 20s maybe? Maybe in your 20s? Okay.
I was studying in a very expensive private school, and losing my mom that was taking care of my expense was so, I mean, hard for me. So I decided that Iran is not my place anymore. I didn't want to stay there because it was just refreshing the good memory or the bad memory I had because of losing.
Sure.
And then I decided to move to another country. I moved to India for getting my PhD, and then I moved after a little bit of being in India. I moved to Canada, and then I started to change my career from acting. Before I was linguistics. So my major was linguistics.
So you've done some country hopping before.
Exactly.
Iran, India, Canada.
Yeah,
and
more,
then
much more.
You ended up here at the International
I had
Film
this
Festival.
vision. No, from Iran, I had this vision. Hollywood is my place. I knew that.
So you knew clear back in Iran before you went to all these countries that you were going to end up in Hollywood.
Because
so how did you do that?
You know, I wanted to forget about my sadness. I wanted to survive in the ocean that was against me. So I decided to change everything, to kiss everything out and just go away and just survive, right? So I knew Hollywood is the area that I can pass through and compete with much people because I'm a rebel. Always I want to be on the top. So I said, I want to go to Hollywood and say, hey, this is this. It is why I had this vision, but as an Iranian, I couldn't move directly from Iran to Hollywood, so I had to go to India and then establishing to be able to go to Canada, and then
eventually you came
after
to California.
13 years, it was not easy. 13 years I had to pass all
So if you guys are just joining us, we're with Elham Madani. How do you say your last name? Madani. I got it right. We're with Elham, and we're talking about her journey from Iran, her journey of loss, and what she decided to do to create happiness in her life was to leave the old things behind and really create something new. So tell us about this Wind International Film Festival that you've created. What is it and what is it doing for people?
So I didn't want to found any film festival or direct any film festival. It happened to me. You know, when you grow, your mentally also it change. You need to do something better for the world. It's not you. It's not about me. So because I was a teacher, always I was teaching. I loved to teach, right? So I created first of all 75 films. You know, I mean directed and produced 75
so,
films.
Wait, hold on. 75?
75 films.
Wow. So
and you wrote them, you produced them?
All of them, I can say, because I'm like an independent filmmaker.
Okay.
In Canada, I got my degree as independent filmmaker.
Okay.
And it was amazing. The way that they are teaching is a little bit different from Hollywood. Yeah. So again, I moved to Hollywood and I studied in cinema. So, but the basic maybe is the same, but it's totally different. So I'm honored to be in Canada and educated myself how can I make films with ultra low budget. It is that I could make 75 films. I mean, when I say film, it's not feature films.
So
it's
you
like
created
short films, 2 feature documentary. Now I'm gonna moving up to feature films. That is gonna be next 2 months.
So you learned how to do with what you had and make do with that. So tell us how people can get a hold of the International Film Festival, how they can see this, how they can participate in it.
Actually, it's the 4th-year baby, but it's growing fast, and I got a lot of good connection from Hollywood people and also all around the world. About 57 countries so far attended. That was glorious here this year. And I had a lot of amazing Oscar nominees, Emmy Award nominees. They approached me, this film festival, because it has a vision. WIND means that women, W means women, and inspiration.
So can you tell us who some of those nominees?
First of all, let me tell you the meaning of that.
Okay.
WIND means W is women, inspiration, nations, and diversity.
Okay.
So as I mentioned, that I'm like swimming against like ocean sometimes because I'm a rebel. I want to create a kind of like a bridge of a message of peace and bridge of friendship between East and West.
I love that. So that bridge of peace, that message of hope, and people can find more about the WIND International Film Festival on your website, which we have displayed on the screen. I hope you take the chance, if you're at home, to research this out, to attend if you can, and to support in any way you can, because this really is creating happiness and peace throughout the world. Thank you so much for being with us today. And we're going to have Lorena up with a special guest next.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me
And me.
help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android.
This is awesome.
You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.